Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good day and hope you've had a good week. And just going to take a few minutes to do a short devotion today to wrap up the week based in the series that we've been in lately from Pastor TJ called I Believe. And on Sunday, he spoke a message called I Believe in God. And so today I just want to talk about just a couple of things. The first thing I want to start with is that it's hard for us to believe in things that we can't see sometimes, right? And so if I said in my hand, behind my back, I have you a check for $1 million, you may say, show me, right? I don't believe you. I don't believe it because I don't see it. And sometimes you hear people say, oh, I'll believe it when I see it, right? And so it's tough for us as humans to believe things that we don't physically see or experience for ourselves to know for sure that something is there or something is real. And so, that's part of being human, right? And that's a challenge for us to believe. And sometimes it's hard for us to believe, just like it's hard to believe in that $1 million. It's hard for us to believe that God is at work in the situation that we're in or in the season that we're in. And so sometimes all we see is the hard stuff, right? The tough things, the things that's staring us right in the face every day, the heartache or sadness or struggle or a challenge that we're facing. We see those things and we feel those things, though that's what we believe is happening, right? And that becomes dominant in our lives. And so we focus on those bad things. But we need to know today, I want to tell you that because God is a sovereign God, He's always in control, right? God's always in control, even when sometimes we wonder why things are happening or what's going to happen next. And He's always working, even when we can't see it, right? Even when we can't see it in our own lives. And so just know that just because we can't see it doesn't mean we shouldn't believe it, right? And hence the message that He gave. I believe in God. He used a scripture, Psalm 139, and I want to read a couple of verses there. It's verses 14 through 16. It says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written. So even before we were created, even before we existed, God knew everything about us. And so know today that whatever you're facing and wherever you are in your season in life, God knows exactly what's going on, and He knows exactly what's going to happen next, right? And so when I go through painful times, be reminded of a God who can bring purpose in that pain. This is something that Pastor said in his message on Sunday, and it kind of struck me. When we go through those times, be reminded of a God who can bring purpose in pain, whether it's sickness, finances, any season you're facing. He said, remember the God of design. He designed that season, and something beautiful will come of that season, even when you can't see it. So before we existed, God knew us. Before we know what's coming next in the next season of our life, God knows it, right? So we need to believe that God is in control and that He has us right where He wants us. And no matter what comes next, God's there for us. And we serve a God who is big enough and strong enough and powerful enough to be our fortress that the guys have talked about this week, to be our strength in time of need. And so that's a good reminder for us today. I wanted to also say, John 14:1, which was the key scripture, says, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. So when we find ourselves in those tough times of life, don't let our heart be troubled, because we need to know that God is still in control. Last couple of things that I'll say here as we wrap up. Also in John, verses 10 and 11, it said, believest thou not that I am the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not unto myself, not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. And so he's saying, if I said it, you need to believe it, right? Believe in me, believe in God. So whatever you're facing today, just know that God's sovereign. He designed you. He designed the season. He knows what's next. He's always working. You can put your trust in him. Hope you get a little something out of that today. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon.